Welcome back, friends. It's your go-to pro-aging buddy here. And today, we are talking about vegetables that seniors should never eat. There is a list of vegetables that are not good for people over the age of 50. And the reason being, they contain a high level of oxalates, or they are high in lectins, or they contain phytate. All these things have been known to cause kidney stones. Kidney stones are very painful, and nobody wants to have them. So let's talk about it. I want to start out with spinach. Spinach is a very popular vegetable among all ages, but especially among seniors. But what happens is your body does not have the ability to absorb calcium as it used to. In fact, absorption of calcium decreases after the age of 50. This is one of the reasons why I recommend taking a calcium supplement every single day. Because our body does unabsorb calcium as well as it used to. The problem with spinach is that it has a very high level of oxalate. And so if you have too much oxalate and too much calcium in your body, what ends up happening is the calcium binds with the oxalate and it forms a crystal. That crystal can then lead to a kidney stone. So if you are concerned about getting kidney stones, then you probably want to stay away from spinach. Now, this doesn't mean that you can never ever touch spinach again. What it means is that you just have to be mindful. If you feel bloated after eating spinach, maybe you are someone who is more susceptible to having a kidney stone because of the oxalate. So if you do decide to eat spinach, just eat small amounts of spinach. Next on the list is sweet potato. Sweet potatoes are delicious. They are very high in beta-carotene, which is a good thing, but sweet potatoes are also high in oxalates. Again, if you have a tendency to make kidney stones, you might want to avoid sweet potatoes. Number 3 on my list is nuts. Nuts are a great source of protein, fat, and fiber. However, most nuts are also high in oxalates. Some of the worst offenders are almonds, cashews, pistachios, and walnuts. Again, if you are at risk of forming kidney stones, you might want to avoid these nuts. But just like everything else, this doesn't mean you can never have them again. It just means that you need to be mindful. Have them in moderation. A little bit of nuts is fine, but if you know that you're sensitive to oxalates, then you may want to limit the amount of nuts that you're having. The next vegetable in my list is eggplant. Eggplants are really delicious when you grill them. I love eggplants. However, eggplants are also high in oxalates. So if you tend to make kidney stones, you might want to avoid eggplant. Number 5 on my list is beets. Beets are really good for your liver. They are really good for lowering blood pressure. But beets are high in oxalates. So again, if you are susceptible to making kidney stones, you might want to avoid beets. Number 6 on my list is chocolate. Yes, I said chocolate. Did you know that chocolate is actually a vegetable? It is. It is made from cocoa beans and it is technically a vegetable. But unfortunately, chocolate is also high in oxalates. If you are susceptible to making kidney stones, you might want to avoid chocolate. Number 7 is all the cruciferous vegetables. Broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, kale, Brussels sprouts. All of these vegetables are high in glucosides. Now, glucosides are not bad for you. Glucosides are good for you. The problem with glucosides is that it has been shown that people who have a low level of stomach acid, and many people over the age of 50 have low levels of stomach acid, have a difficult time digesting these cruciferous vegetables. And so they end up getting undigested into the small intestine, where it can bind to calcium and it can form a sludge. This sludge can kind of plug up your pipes and it can cause bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. So if you have a weak stomach, you may want to stay away from the cruciferous vegetables. Now, as far as cancer goes, no. It's not true that cruciferous vegetables will prevent cancer. That's just something that has been marketed. There is no science behind it. The only people who may benefit from cruciferous vegetables are people who have a genetic problem called familial adenomatous polyposis. If you have this condition, then yes, then cruciferous vegetables may help you. But for the rest of us, there is no real benefit. And if you have a weak stomach, It may even hurt you. Number 8 on my list is okra. Okra is a very slimy vegetable. Many people don't like the texture of okra, but okra is high in oxalates. So if you are prone to making kidney stones, you may want to avoid okra. Number 9 on my list is carrots. Most people think that carrots are a safe vegetable for everyone to consume. However, carrots are high in phytic acid. And so if you are prone to making kidney stones, you may want to avoid carrots. Number 10 on my list is all the beans. Beans are legumes. They are very high in phytate. If you are prone to making kidney stones, you may want to avoid beans. This includes black beans, lima beans, pinto beans, all the different kinds of beans. Number 11 on my list is millet. Millet is a grain. Millet is very high in phytic acid. People think that millet is a healthy grain, but if you are prone to making kidney stones, you may want to avoid millet. Number 12 on my list is corn. Corn is a grain, but people think that corn is a vegetable. Corn is high in phytate. So if you are prone to making kidney stones, you may want to avoid corn. Number 13 on my list is coconut. Coconut is high in phytic acid. So if you are prone to making kidney stones, you may want to avoid coconut. Number 14 on my list is rhubarb. Rhubarb is a vegetable. It's often used in pies. But rhubarb is high in oxalates. So if you are prone to making kidney stones, you may want to avoid rhubarb. Number 15 on my list is all berries. Berries are extremely high in oxalates. So if you are prone to making kidney stones, you may want to avoid berries. This includes strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, cranberries. All the berries are high in oxalates. Number 16 on my list is all the fungi. Fungi include mushrooms, portobello mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms. They are all high in oxalates. So if you are prone to making kidney stones, you may want to avoid mushrooms. Number 17 on my list is all the algae. Algae include sea kelp, nori, wakame. They are all very high in oxalates. So if you are prone to making kidney stones, you may want to avoid all the algae. Number 18 on my list is all the peppers. Peppers are high in capsaicin. Capsaicin is the stuff that makes peppers spicy. And so if you are over the age of 50, your stomach is probably more sensitive than it used to be. And eating spicy foods can aggravate your stomach. So you might want to avoid peppers. Now, I realize that this is quite a long list of foods that you should avoid. But remember, just because you reach over the age of 50 doesn't mean that you have to avoid all these foods forever. It just means that you need to be more mindful. You need to pay attention to how your body reacts to certain foods. Just because you reach over the age of 50 doesn't mean you have to be deprived of all these wonderful foods. It just means that you need to enjoy them in moderation. There are 2 things that you can do right now that will have an immediate impact on your health. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button below. Leave me a comment and let me know what you thought of this video. And if you're new here, please subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.